Côte-des-Neiges will not accept being abandoned. We demand that not only the government of Quebec stop slacking and fund social housing in the province, but that the city immediately reprioritize the completion of these two projects and stop ignoring its most populous borough. So thank you again for listening to me, and I have a resident of our neighborhood here, La, who's going to give a statement.
Allô?
Allô?
Allô, allô?
Allô?
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Je m'appelle La. J'habite en Côte-des-Neiges depuis 30 ans. Je suis arrivé au Canada en 1981, après avoir fui le Vietnam, à Malaisie, et je suis venu ici en tant que réfugié. J'ai eu de bonnes expériences d'habiter au Côte-des-Neiges jusqu'en 2014. Quand le nouveau propriétaire a commencé à essayer à rénover et le changer 3,5 des 2,5 et le mettre locataire à la porte. Il a augmenté de loyer de grands montants chaque année. Mon propriétaire est connu dans le quartier. Beaucoup de problèmes, mais il n'y a pas aucun moyen d'arrêter. En raison de mes mauvaises expériences, j'ai décidé de faire une demande de logement social. Mais je risque de mourir avant les 5 ans. Donc il faut pour obtenir mon logement social. Le logement social c'est important parce que mon quartier Plamondon, ce n'est pas des personnes riches, c'est juste d'autres personnes comme moi. Le gouvernement devrait assister les immeubles et les rénover pour en faire le logement social. Maintenant, je suis à la pension. Je ne peux pas me permettre autre chose. Pendant tous les durées Covid, je travaille tous les jours parce que je ne pourrais pas payer mon loyer. Ma communauté attend plusieurs projets à logement social depuis longtemps et c'est décevant. Moi, j'ai toujours aimé aider les autres. Je me sens mal de voir d'autres retraites souffrant de problèmes de logement. Le coût ne cesse d'augmenter. Et le gouvernement dit que les propriétaires ne peuvent augmenter que certains montants. Mais les propriétaires s'en moquent. La solution est clairement plus logement social.
Merci La. Je vais juste traduire vitement. I'm just going to give a quick translation. So La was saying that he came to Canada in 1981 after fleeing Vietnam as a refugee to Malaysia and then landing in Montreal. He's had a good experience living in Côte-des-Neiges for the last 30 years, except he's had a really bad landlord since 2014 who tries to renovate units and split them into smaller units and kick people out and increase the rent very large amounts all the time. He says his landlord is notorious in the neighborhood, but there's no way to stop him from behaving this way. Because of his negative experiences, he decided to apply for social housing, but he's scared that he will die in the 5 years it takes to get his social housing. So for that reason, he's here today to say that the government needs to step up and build social housing, renovate buildings and make them into social housing, and that other people on their pension like him who have fixed incomes need this service and that the government needs to step forward. Thank you.
She works for the CAPE. It's the housing committee in Park X, and in Park X they're facing a similar situation. Actually, they also prioritize some social housing projects there. Park X is a neighborhood where many of the same things that we're living here are happening also there. There's a lot of people who are newcomers, who don't necessarily know their rights, who live in dire conditions, who are struggling to make ends meet. So I think Amy will tell you a little bit more about that.
Hi Côte-des-Neiges, thanks so much for having us here today. We're here from Park Extension in solidarity. We too found out last week that one project in Park Extension, the conversion of the old Bentonel paint factory into 30 units of social housing, was also being abandoned by the city. Park X is also a neighborhood that's been historically home to many working class low-income immigrants. We're also a neighborhood where many people are facing, are struggling to find decent and affordable housing. Too many tenants are facing evictions, abusive rent hikes, as well as discrimination on the part of their landlords who want to rent mostly to students and to professionals. We can't afford to wait. We need those units of social housing. More than 600 people have been on the waiting list, some for as long as 10 years. We believe that all of this was entirely avoidable and also preventable. It's because the Quebec government has been underfunding social housing for years. We also believe it's unacceptable on the part of the City of Montreal to abandon projects in both Park Extension and Côte-des-Neiges. It's unacceptable that they are abandoning social housing projects in two low-income immigrant neighborhoods. It is a form of systemic racism, and it is unacceptable. So we're here today to send a message of solidarity to the tenants of Côte-des-Neiges. The City of Montreal and the province of Quebec may have abandoned us, but they won't do so quietly. We will continue to fight with them.
Solidarité avec les locataires.
Alors, je vais traduire très rapidement ce que Amy a dit. Amy travaille pour le comité Action Parkex, c'est le comité logement de Parc Extension. Et là, à Parc Extension, ils ont des problèmes très similaires à nos problèmes. Elle disait qu'il y a un projet de logement social à Parkex que la ville vient d'abandonner aussi, juste comme ici à Côte-des-Neiges. C'était un projet de 30 unités. Alors ils sont comme nous très très déçus. Amy disait aussi que c'est sûr que c'est la faute de la province parce que ça fait des années que le gouvernement du Québec n'investit pas aucun argent pour construire des logements sociaux, mais elle disait aussi que c'est très inacceptable que la ville a choisi d'abandonner ce projet à Parkex et ici à Côte-des-Neiges parce que ce sont des quartiers où il y a beaucoup de personnes à faible revenu et beaucoup de personnes racisées. Alors, Amy disait que c'est inacceptable et c'est en fait discriminatoire et c'est du racisme systémique. Alors, merci beaucoup, Amy. Alors, je voulais vous remercier beaucoup d'avoir ici. C'est avec des mobilisations comme ça qu'on peut vraiment faire une différence. Parce que si on ne fait rien, ils vont dire qu'on est d'accord. So I want to say thank you so much for being here. It's really with mobilizations like this that we can make a difference. Because if we do nothing, they're going to say that we are okay with it. And we're not.
Solidarité avec les locataires. Solidarité avec les locataires. Solidarité avec les locataires. What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? Nous on veut des HLM hors des quartiers qu'on aime. Nous on veut des HLM hors des
demander des questions pour la séance d'aujourd'hui, la séance du conseil d'arrondissement. Je crois qu'il y a toujours 7 minutes pour le faire si vous voulez vous inscrire. So if you want to ask questions during tonight's Borough Council, I think there's still 7 minutes to go in there and sign up. If not, again, thank you very much. It's very important to come out to these actions because it is the only way to make our voices heard, or one of the ways. That's why we wanted to invite you to another demonstration that we're doing. It's on July 15th, no, July 5th, sorry. It's on July 5th at 1. We're going to be in front of 6767 Côte-des-Neiges, and we are going to be protesting for a very important project about blue bonnets. As you know, for years we've been demanding that the city include at least 2,500 social housing units in the blue bonnet development, and we are doing this demonstration just so that the city and all of the levels of government remember that we haven't forgotten about blue bonnets and we're still fighting for 2,500 social housing units.